Hey, gang, it's your old pals, Uncle Hank and Kippy. Just want to thank you for tuning in to Are You Garbage?
Yeah, guys, make sure you subscribe. That way you get the episode as they come out. And you can also go to gasdigitalnetwork.com, use promo code AYG to get bonus content and get the episodes before they come out and HD streaming. Do it.
Yeah.
Welcome to another exciting edition of Are You Garbage? The show where you find out if your favorite comedians are classy individuals or absolute trash. Now, here are your hosts, Kevin Ryan and H. Foley.
Woo, baby. Hey, everybody out there, and welcome back to everybody's favorite new podcast. This is Are You Garbage? The show where we sit down with your favorite comedians and find if they grew up classy or if they're absolute trash. I'm your host, H. Foley, coming at you on a beautiful day here in the East Village of Manhattan, here at Gas Digital Networks, Gas Digital Studios, the big fucking studio. My co-host coming at you from right next to me. He's my best buddy in the whole world, and if I don't tell you enough, I love you, kid. Gang, do me a favor.
It makes me feel weird.
The next time you're reaching for a best pal, you go ahead and make it a Kippy. And now with the holiday season, the Halloween season, you can get him in a fun size. Ladies and gentlemen, Kevin James Ryan, everybody.
Unfortunately, I'm fun size all year round. Happy to be here. Thanks for tuning in. I talked to my wife.
Not the kid over here, I'll tell you that.
Kid's got a hog on him. Guys, make sure you rate, review, subscribe on iTunes. Full video available on YouTube. This one's already goofy. Full video available on YouTube, and you can sign up for Gas Digital Network. You get all the perks from the network if you use promo code AYG. You save a couple of bucks. We make a couple of bucks. We get to wet our beak at the end of the month.
Love that money.
Win for everybody. Check it out.
Very nice. Gang, we could not be more excited to have our very special guest here with us today. I am rock hard. I'm going to say that right now. I feel like he is the opposite of everything that I am. He's tall. He's attractive.
This has been one people have requested. They're like, you got to get him on. Gillis, KFC. They've all been like, because he's going to throw you through a loop. So we're not sure what they expect.
He seems like he's got a bit of an attitude, too, and I kind of like that.
No,
like,
he's a sweetheart.
He would not talk to me at a country club. I know that.
Yeah, because you'd be bussing tables.
If I was waiting tables for him, he would not make eye contact.
No, he's a sweetheart.
And I respect that.
There's really no country club I would join that would hire you. I don't know what else to say.
That kid's hot!
I just don't see working somewhere that I belong to. I don't...
If they did hire you, he would switch places for sure.
Ladies and gentlemen, he's a very funny stand-up comedian, actor, and a writer. All right, he is the host of Oops, the podcast, and he has his very own comedy special out right now called Bad Guy. He's a fucking tall drink of water. Let me tell you, this guy's an Avenger. Give it up for Francis Ellis, everybody.
Hey, thank you for having me, guys.
You have to be. There's no way this guy's garbage.
Nah, he's class. You're class through and through.
Oh, I've got some skeletons.
Maybe you and your fraternity brothers killed a homeless guy once, but I don't even know if I would call that garbage.
That's a good time.
That's just rich kids being rich kids.
Yeah, we didn't have fraternities at my school.
Where did you go to school?
I went to Harvard.
Satellite or Maine?
Was it Harvard Altoona? What one was it?
Yeah, it was their primary, not an offshoot.
You went to Harvard?
I did, yeah.
Holy
What'd you study at Harvard?
Who killed Kennedy?
I studied government with a focus on the Middle East.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, so he could be an agent.
That's what I wanted to do.
Deep cover.
Really?
Originally,
Yeah,
I wanted to.
Clandestine operations?
Yeah, I applied to NSA and the CIA.
Wow.
Didn't hear back.
Really?
Maybe I missed it. That's the thing. It could have been like I didn't read the soot in the chimney. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think they...
Is that like a writing packet? You got a couple of monologue jokes?
3 desk pieces so you can get hired by the CIA.
Yeah, what's that application like?
It's really long, and it's a little intense because they ask you things like, and I do sort of a bit about it, but they ask you, have you ever done any illegal...
drugs,
narcotics,
and stuff,
and then they remind you at the bottom of the page that all your answers can be verified via polygraph test. That they're going to confirm everything you have to answer, and you're like, whoa,
that's a lot.
Yeah.
I bet you they wouldn't care if you smoked a little doobie. They want you to have a little street smarts.
Yeah, by that time I was a little deeper.
It wasn't a little doobie here and there.
It wasn't.
I think it was a little Colombian band.
I wasn't experimenting. I was doing at this
awesome.
point.
All right, so now we got a little checkered past. I like to hear that. Good looking and damaged. That's what I'm going for. Holy shit, Harvard.
You were a lacrosse player too.
I
What?
was, yeah.
All-American or something? Or
In
what?
high school, I was an All-American.
Really?
This kid comes from good fucking stock.
Did you play lacrosse at Harvard?
I did. yeah.
Holy shit. Full scholarship?
So the Ivies don't
Sorry, Ivies
offer
don't do scholarships.
athletic scholarships. They do need-based only. So.
Where were you offered scholarships?
Well, I had a few. I wouldn't say they were like scholarship offers because I don't think you get a scholarship offer until you've like said, yeah, I want to come to your
maybe,
Okay.
school. But
Who was recruiting you?
a lot of Duke, Johns Hopkins.
See how he says that?
Albany. All
You
the
brag about
Ivies.
Widener University.
Yeah, I
playing
played a
with-
little Division III lacrosse.
Nice.
Yeah,
That's
see
what's
how-
wrong with that.
See how nice? No, that's good. You're a good little kid, eh? Good shit. That's what that was.
Hey, fatty, go get yourself a candy bar, will you? When I talk to
Well, I went to this camp. There was a camp my junior summer called the Nike Blue. Back then, it was the Graph-Tex Blue Chip Camp.
He sounds like Illuminati, doesn't he?
That's what Tim Dillon says. He texts me and asks me like when my grandparents are taking over,
Yeah.
stuff like that. But there was this camp, and it was the top 100 players in the country, and I went to that. I got invited to go to that, and then I was one of the people that had like slightly better SAT scores, and all the coaches have their little. They have their folder on you, and when they see you out in the field wearing the number, they look up the number. Like, I like this kid. They look him up. They got your height and your weight,
Rap sheet,
and then
yeah.
your grade point average and your SAT scores and all of that right there. And they're like, well, I can either continue to look at this kid or not. And like, Brown and Harvard and Princeton have to basically close the book on a lot of kids.
Sure.
But for me, they were like, oh, we can work with that. So.
Nice. We're going to ask you anyway, but we might as well ask you now. What did you get on the SATs?
I took the ones that were 3 sections.
Okay.
Do you guys remember that? I don't
Yeah,
know
that switched after. So how old are you? Like 30?
I'm 31.
Okay, yeah. So it switched right after me. I'm 34.
Okay. Yeah. So you were like one of the last.
I was one of the
years.
last years to have the regular.
1600, but now it's back to 16.
16. They moved back to
Yeah.
16.
The
So
SATs
yours is out of what, 26?
That was a 2400.
So what'd you get?
I got I think a 2280.
Dude, that's 3 times what you got on the one out of 1600.
Who is this fucking guy?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I tutored the SAT when I moved to New York and was doing stand up for the first like 5-6 years that I was here. So that was my gig.
That's a pretty good gig.
It was
Yeah.
a
good,
good, gig.
decent
Yeah.
hours, good cash.
I knew a kid that was a comic. He was real book smart too, but like his day job was so much more like refined. Like I'm waiting tables, busting tables. He was doing that. He was like teaching kids like LSAT.
Yeah.
Like
well,
tutor.
that's a whole new ball game. I took the LSAT, but it was way harder.
Why'd you take the LSAT?
I thought
had a free day.
after 2 years of stand up and being in the mics, which were getting drearier and
Yeah.
drearier, I just was like, I've given it a shot. This is crushing me. And I thought I needed to get real. So I decided I should go to law school. I went for 4 days and withdrew because I was like, this isn't what I want at all. And then I doubled down on tutoring and comedy. And that's when things started actually
go.
getting a little better.
You must have been going around to the New York open mics looking around at those people like they're fucking mutants.
Dude, you guys know. I mean, it was a race to the bottom.
Oh, man.
Every
it's
night
depressing.
you come in and it was you're only performing for other comedians,
Mm-hmm.
so it's a contest to see who can tell the saddest story.
Yeah.
And if you get up, first of all, I would get up and everyone fucking hated me
Right away. Right
Yeah,
from
'cause
the
I'm, like,
jump.
happy and
You're the antithesis of
Yeah.
everybody at a New York comedy open mic.
And so then all these comics, if I ever went like early in the show, which was rare because I couldn't get there in time to sign up early, I would go towards the, if I ever went early, every comic after me would just talk about
You.
me.
That fucking guy's talked about whatever.
And
yeah.
it would be
Captain
like
Dickhead over
it'd be like
here.
4 comics later, and you're like, we're still on this? What's happening here?
That's why they're still all in those basements. A lot of those guys never.
Hey, that's the price of beauty, buddy. I don't know what to
a lot of
I
those guys
sound-
never get out.
I sound like an asshole, but
No, it's true.
yeah. Just like how many, Nazi youth jokes can you hear? It was always the same fucking.
yeah.
within
What was
5
the
yards.
situation growing up? I'm assuming humble beginnings.
Well, my parents are from New Jersey originally. That's where I lived till I was 4.
Okay.
Like Atlantic Highlands area, which isn't too far from here.
I don't know
I
that.
don't know. That sounds
Middletown.
expensive.
Okay, I know Middletown.
Atlantic
Yeah.
Highlands.
Yeah.
I was in the Norristown lowlands, fucking outside of Philly, flood region.
below sea level.
Sounds like a place that the gnomes abide.
Yeah.
It's like it's a Middle Earth tier.
Yeah. His house was just a door and a hill.
A lot of mist. A lot of mist.
A lot of
that
dew.
way.
Yeah, a lot of dew in
A
the
lot
morning.
of doors with big knockers on them,
Fog in the evenings.
built into hillsides.
Hello, sir.
So,
Gentlemen.
that's where we moved to Maine when I was 4.
Maine.
And I grew up.
Where
in
at Maine?
Freeport, Maine.
Okay.
It's close to Portland. It's
Okay.
like 20 minutes north.
Yeah.
So down east they call it.
And what did your parents do? What was that situation?
My dad moved to Maine and started a small software company up there.
Okay.
When I was 4.
It's
And-
called Microsoft.
No, he started it. He had met a programmer that had an idea, and my dad thought he could kind of conceptualize and build off this idea.
Uh-huh.
But the programmer was the guy who'd gone to the University of Maine. They have an engineering school. He'd gone there, and
Okay.
it was a software company that was going to connect. I don't mean to get boring, but like
No, what do you mean? I want to hear this.
to be honest with you, I don't really know exactly what
He was
it
trying to get out. He's like, "There's a thing with the rats. Oh, it's all ones and zeros, really,
Yeah.
if you think about it."
But to the CIA point, my dad traveled a lot when I was a kid, and I could never really understood what it was that he did. There was a serious time in my youth where I actually just assumed he was in the CIA, and I'm dead serious
Damn,
about
that's like
that.
Good Shepherd kind of shit.
And I wouldn't ask him.
You could have never mistaken my dad to be in the CIA. Strip club, maybe, but not a CIA. County jail.
a lot of Al
something.
Qaeda down at Nick's Roast Beef, I take.
Down
What
at
did your
Scruples.
what'd your dad actually do?
My dad owned a mechanical contracting company. He made my dad made a very good living. Lost it a couple of times, but
Nice.
there was money growing up. Yeah,
Redemption story. I like that.
yeah. I think he's down now.
But
sure.
I'm trying to get to, like, what did your dad's dad do? Like, there has to be a lineage here.
I mean, it's weird, dude. I would say this.
There's no way this DNA.
Well, this
just
is what
pops up in
we
one
were actually
generation.
just talking about last episode with just like my family got money, first generation got money, and they're savages.
Trash.
They don't know how to spend it.
Yeah.
They still do it like as you have it for generations, you become more and more refined, and that's what you look more refined.
Yeah, but retaining wealth
Yes.
over generations is very difficult.
Very difficult, yes.
It's that saying of
That's
like
a rich guy thing to say right there.
Retaining.
It's
Wow.
like the patriarch, starts the company, his son builds,
Yeah.
and then the third generation spends it.
Yes.
all.
Fucking blows it all. Yeah.
Is what I've heard. My family, it's gonna sound ridiculous, and I want you to bear with me on this.
We're in, baby.
So my mom's dad, my mom went to Princeton, but she was in the first class of women at Princeton and had to just basically get sexually harassed. I mean, sexually
That had to be
harassed
tough.
on a level where you're like, even
Cringeworthy.
doing a bit, you wouldn't even be like, ooh. You couldn't bend to be like, that's funny
I
in
can see
any
that being
way.
funny. Yeah.
She had a rough time.
Yeah, but crushed it and was whatever, did well. And then her dad went to Princeton. His dad went to Princeton. It was 6 direct generations at Princeton through
Okay.
my mom. And then my sister went to Yale,
Okay.
but she was a lacrosse player too, so she was also recruited. And that just helps. It makes it a lot
Sure,
easier
it's
to get into
easier.
these schools.
Doors
Sure.
open.
Yeah, and then my dad went to Amherst College, which is like a little liberal arts school in Massachusetts.
Right.
But his dad ran a plant, an industrial plant in New Jersey.
Okay.
Didn't really do that well. My dad started this new company. It didn't do well for 15 years.
Okay.
And then it started doing well, and then he sold it like 5 years ago.
All right. So you guys weren't rich like growing up.
We were fine. I hate
Yeah.
to say that. I hate to say this. I would say upper middle class.
Yeah.
Okay.
I hate to say that because I know it's such a douchey fucking.
Especially in
Fucking great. It's about
yeah,
time
no.
we got a little fucking class in his
Well, I'm
joint.
sitting right here.
What are you talking
The
about?
fuck?
I'm not talking about your dad's joint fitter money. This guy's 6 generations.
Hey, he was skimming off the top.
6 generations Princeton. His mom went to school with fucking John Nash. What are you talking about?
You know who she was roommates with?
Who?
Lisa Hallaby, who was.
What do you think?
He's dropping rich guy names on
You'll-
us.
you'll
And I'm
love
like, is
this.
that the broad that lived down on 3rd Street?
She married the king
If they don't
of
do one of the
Jordan.
voices
The
for Rick
king
and
of
Morty.
Jordan.
Yeah.
Oh my God! I know who you're talking about.
See, I knew you would.
Wow.
There you go, Foley.
I've seen her in the People magazine.
She's stunning. She's
Wow.
like, yeah. So she became Queen Noor of Jordan.
You guys ever get the hook up to go over there, spend a night at the castle?
So she's my sister's godmother.
What the fuck?
Well, my mom
so you're
was like,
talking about your HVAC money. Do me a favor. Go check out the cars.
We still owe some of the local unions a little bit of cash. Shout out to 690.
This guy's going to the presidential palace in Jordan.
that's right. I think it's in Aqaba is the name of the city.
God bless you.
Yeah.
It's lovely in the fall.
I never went to Jordan, but I went to their house in England. They have like an estate in England.
An apartment or like what is it?
It's huge.
Okay.
Sprawling
It's not
manor.
a flat, yeah.
Horses. And,
Damn.
No roommates, I would imagine.
They do, dude. The problem, like those castles and shit, like those estates and fucking in England are fucking. That's old. They really do it well. Yeah.
Sure do.
Damn.
Pretty classy.
Think they
All right.
Airbnb that thing?
Let's get into a little Are You Garbage. So we're looking at upper middle class in Maine.
Yeah.
I guess we'll lead off with
I got one that we were just talking about. At what age? This is a big one. This is obviously you are not garbage. It's impossible.
I want to see if I can sell you that I am.
Excellent.
I love it. I don't think.
Deep-seated
Okay.
Nefarious drug history.
problems in my core.
Oh, I like
My
it. The way he
DNA
just
is
said that made me
riddled.
fucking shake.
Riddled with poison.
Oh, he could go psycho easy.
Yeah, this guy could list.
he
Guy's
could
hanging
kill
on
the
by
both
a
of us.
thread.
Oh, baby.
At what age did you get your passport?
My passport. What a great question.
Because he doesn't have one, and he's 45 years old. So,
There ain't nothing I need out there I can't get in the good old U.S. of A.
but you know, classy kid. I got mine pretty young, but like I had friends that were like 11 with a passport. So I'm like, Jesus.
Yeah, to go to
Christ.
like the DR or something.
Nah, they were
like
traveling.
Yeah,
What about you?
I mean, I would have been like probably 6, maybe even 5.
That. What was a typical family vacation?
that just blew your mind.
Well, we went to Florida a lot when I was a kid.
Okay.
That was like where
Like
we
Disney or just like
went. Just
Panama
like
City or something.
shitty places in Florida.
okay.
When was the first time you traveled to Europe as a child?
When I was my mom studied French literature at Princeton and then got her PhD in French literature at Yale and taught French literature at Yale. So she speaks French, and then I spoke French because of that.
What?
So we went to France. That's where we would go.
Damn.
But it was all like academic shit. I don't, it's hard to.
You were partying at 9,
No, sure wasn't.
Smoking cigarettes like this?
Holy shit.
Yeah.
All right.
Family skiers? Family, you guys ski?
Yeah.
Do you look down on snowboarders? Do you snowboard?
No, I ski.
You look down on snowboarders.
I don't look down on them. I just don't like them.
Do you rent skis or do you have your own
What?
pair?
Dude,
That can't be a real question.
we have...
By the way, the fact that you don't have a passport is so baffling because that means you can't even go to Canada, dude.
What the fuck am I going up there
or
for?
Mexico? I mean, places that are like...
Dude, he can't even make it to Delaware. You're worried about Mexico. He's not going anywhere.
It just never came up. It never, you know what I mean?
Why it doesn't just... I don't just stumble upon kayak.com one day and be like, oh, flights to Belize. I wonder what's happening. I want to see Machu Picchu. That's not me.
Have you been to Machu Picchu?
I can't
I
believe you
haven't.
asked him if he rents skis. Dude, that's insane. Guy was going to France at 6. You think he's got a pair of rentals on?
Ugh.
Holy shit.
No, but we were sensible. We rented until I stopped growing. And then...
Smart with the cash. That's how you keep it. Well, we ask a lot of... Obviously, we have a lot of fucking scumbag comics on who tend to be very trashy. And one of the big ones about skiing is we ask them if they ever skied in jeans, and they all say yes, dude, which is so trashy.
I want those people to get hurt on the slopes.
Dude, I was a big skiing family
I
as
want
well.
them to injure themselves.
To get them off.
I want them to stop for a while,
Dude, it's all like crusted on the jeans.
There's
They got the
nothing
powder all
cooler
at the
than that,
bottom.
though.
Their knees look so ghoulish and spindly. It's just...
There was nothing cooler than a guy skiing in jeans when I was a kid at the Spring Mountain fucking ski resort.
You are next
go-kart
level
pals.
garbage.
Were you skiing at one of those, like...
You've never been skiing?
I've been skiing a couple. I'm more of a tubing kind of.
Yeah,
You get me out on that thing, I'm fucking hot dogging it down the slopes.
He's got a plate of nachos on him, fucking cruising, dog.
Spuds McKenzie in my lap.
I hate to say that my mind went to like lake boat tubing, but it did, and then I was like,
There's
can't
not
float.
much. Yeah. Jesus Christ.
No, we attempted to ski a couple times when I was a kid. I hated it.
All sharing one lift ticket.
Yeah, hanging onto that tow rope, getting drug up the mountain. It was brutal.
Well, if the tow rope's not a mountain. I mean, that's a hill. That's the bunny slopes.
It was scary. Whatever.
Your dad's
it was.
walking around his New Balances at the bottom, smoking cigs.
Also, really quick, actually, I shouldn't even say it.
No,
Spit it
say
out.
it.
We're busting balls, right?
Oh, of course.
Drug is not the past tense of drag.
Oh.
Getting drug up the mountain.
Well, he was getting drugged up on the mountain, so it's a little different. He was boofing fucking perks.
I love it. I had to
kid,
say it
that was
because
funny
that's
one, man.
drug is a funny one. What's that?
No, it was a drop, like a
Dylan's well-timed drop.
YouTube's going to be all over for that one.
Spooking me.
There it is, redemption. Where would you ski? Would you go to would you go like trips or just
No.
like local places?
We didn't go west,
Go west. That's
Well, now,
mitigation.
yeah, it's so
if
much
you,
better.
But he's even go west.
Yeah, you got skiing out west.
Out, yeah, that's what you
It's
do.
like going to the Hamptons. You going out east.
Out east,
That's
yeah.
what people I know.
It's directional when you got.
What was
money.
the earliest you ever had an oyster on the half shell?
I didn't like oysters at all.
No,
growing
what
up.
little kid does?
I was probably 22 or 3 or something.
okay.
Yeah, a little later than you'd think.
All right.
But we ate a lot. I mean, we ate lobster, but it was cheap in Maine.
It's true.
It's just you getting it
Couple
off
of
the boat.
lobbies, kid.
Yeah.
Still in the traps.
Yeah. Maine's beautiful.
It
Went up
is.
there for the first time. A friend of mine's got a lot of fucking money and has a house up there, and it was like, fuck it.
Money goes a long way up there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Land is cheap. I was looking on because we were up there. My girlfriend and I were up there for quarantine for like 6 months or something, and I was looking on like Zillow.
Oh, you could get
Just for plots of land.
Yeah.
And like up in northern central Maine, which is remote, you can get a 300 acres for $200,000, which is
Is that a lot?
it's so much land.
it's so much land.
So much land.
What are you going to do? Build like a go-kart track?
Save it. Land is a non-renewable resource.
That's
we
a
are
rich guy
running
thing
out
right
of
there, too.
land.
This guy's good.
At some point, not only
Can you
that,
look at my taxes after this? Look
I mean,
at my portfolio.
I got something on my knee. Would you take a look at it? I don't know what it is. Tell me if it's
dude, I would love to buy land. I think
would
buying
love-
land would be cool.
I have that. There's such romance to that because like we've been in the city for city living is fucking tough, especially as a comedian. Like the mics, outlay, work, all that shit. It's like it just wears on you.
It's hot out there.
And then I would just love to go get fucking land somewhere, upstate
Yeah.
New York. Maine's so fucking nice.
Imagine
and
living,
just leaving. And
Yeah.
just going, I'm out here
having a place that where you could get lost. How cool
on your
would
own
that be?
property.
to get lost out in the woods?
Yeah.
What are you,
300
nuts?
acres.
300 acres is a lot. That's like 10,000 times what
You'd
your
starve
family
out
is
there.
on.
The fucking coyotes would get you.
Yeah.
There's no coyotes in Maine.
Ooh, I got invited to go bear hunting in Maine this year.
By who? Mark Cuban?
Black bear hunting, and I didn't
Are you
go.
have you hunted?
No.
I couldn't shoot a bear.
Nor could I.
Yeah.
Nor
Especially
could
a little black bear, a little snuggly one.
Do you know how they do it? They go bait. It's bait traps. So they basically fill a blue barrel with, no joke,
Honey.
Dunkin' Donuts donuts.
Got my donkeys.
Really?
They fill it with that, and then the bear, it's at the base of a tree. A bear comes and sniffs it out, and then they release the hounds, and the
What?
hounds tree the bear, and you have the hounds' GPS on their collar, and you're like driving on
You
these
find it when they're all
logging
around one
runs.
tree,
They're circling
probably.
a tree. You hike into the woods, you see the bear, and you shoot it dead, and it falls
That's
out
no
of the tree.
fun.
Why wouldn't you just shoot it when it's at the donuts and you're up the tree?
Because you're not.
Because you're
not
so
there.
far
They
away.
won't
You're in a
get you-
car at
yeah.
another site or whatever.
Ah, that's fucked
Just
up.
go play
pretty
laser
fucked up,
tag
yeah.
at that point.
Yeah.
That's how they're going to get me. Barrel full of donuts. Walk right into their trap.
A couple of dogs chasing you.
Get out of here, yous!
The big man's at the top of an evergreen.
Well, he's not a bear, but we could probably still shoot him.
Shoot him, right?
I still want that apple crawler.
We can
Scumbags.
We can mount him and put him in the game room.
I thought I could just the way his voice is when he said "and they use for bait." I thought you were gonna say like a poor kid or something like that.
I wish.
Biddeford, Maine. That was the name of it. I couldn't think.
Yes, Biddeford, of course.
That is a great sort of it's the dividing line between trash and
Biddeford.
class.
Biddeford.
Yeah, Biddeford. Well, you have both there.
Yeah.
You really do. But it's like it's trash people, and then it's wealthy, well-to-do summer visitors.
There's like a big mill or something. That's like my friend's family bought that, and like they're like rebuilding the whole town. So we went up there, and it's like this huge complex with like breweries and bars and shit.
No, I think it's coming up. It's not too far from Portland.
Yeah, it's like 40 minutes.
Portland's
30 minutes
exploding.
Yeah.
All right, let's knuckle down on this. Why do you think you're trash?
Well, I sold cocaine for a bit.
I don't see a problem there.
Let me get your number.
I took my and I've said this before, but when I was tutoring in New York when I first got here and doing the mics, I wasn't making any money. I was working for a tutoring agency, and they would charge a lot for me, but I would get a very small percentage of that.
It's like a pimp and a hooker.
Exactly. And
I'm out here sucking it, you know?
I would see that a lot of my friends were getting into cocaine or people I knew were getting into cocaine, and I saw that the margins were a lot higher for that than weed.
Margins.
You could just make them.
Then training some moron to take the fucking PSATs, I'd imagine so.
So I asked a friend of mine who was like not, he had some underworld connections.
Sure.
Nice.
And he brought me to a stash house in Brownsville, and we picked up a big amount from this guy named Poppy. That was his nickname.
Yeah, it's not government.
And it was a corner of the brick, so it was like stuck together. It had clearly been compacted.
Sure.
And came over the border in maybe the foot of a teddy bear or something. Whatever. So I had to then cut that up. I had to
step on it.
I didn't step on it.
What?
No, because I was going to charge a lot for it
Gotcha.
and so I wanted it, whatever, to be good. But I had
Holy
to
sweating over here.
those little scales, I had to buy one of those.
Yeah.
And then I had to go find those tiny Ziploc bags.
Joann's Fabrics.
I could not find them. Any gas station, 7-Eleven that you go to for those won't sell them to you, even if they have it, because they know what you want it for.
Damn.
So I had to use loose sandwich bags, which totally...
It's a mess.
Nah, that's actually pretty nice. And did you twist it?
I did,
Yeah.
but it wasn't nice. It looked like shit. It was the worst presentation ever.
He's worried about his fucking product design on fucking 8 balls. I
Yeah,
love it.
this was really,
Those were easier to get into, to be honest with you. So I've heard.
Yeah, but everyone likes the little one because you can dip your key in so easily.
True.
So then I did that for a bit and ended up just breaking even because I was financing my own supply.
Nice.
And then that's when I started. Well, one of my friends got arrested for cocaine.
Okay.
For possession?
Yeah.
That you had given him?
No.
Okay.
He'd gotten it from somewhere else. But and then that opened my eyes.
Like just out at night?
Yeah, he went behind, like walked out of a bar and went over to the sort of side alley and then went in there and was like, and then these cops came up. They'd seen them go in.
Yeah.
With flashlights and.
In the city?
No, in Montauk.
Oh, they're looking to
the
get
East
you.
Hampton police.
Oh, really?
And they spent the night two of my friends, and this is crazy. So one of them had bought 2 little bags, and the other had only bought 1. And the weight of the cocaine in the 2 bags knocked it up to a felony for that kid. And then my other buddy only got a misdemeanor.
Like small possession
nothing.
charge. Damn.
Good to know. Keep a little on you, folks. Just keep a little
Or eat it when you see the fucking fuzz coming.
Sure.
Don't eat it.
All right. I got one here. Have you ever had a manicure?
No.
Ooh, I would have paid the.
I don't, just so you know, I don't want anything that we just jumped away from that. I don't see any garbage in that. What
No
you
garbage.
just told. No.
Selling narcotics.
Selling high-end
He's
cocaine.
trash though. That's normal. Like in his circles, he's frowned upon. You're like,
Dude,
would that be
this
frowned
guy's
upon?
a good fucking
I'm not
hang.
even kidding you. I'm not kidding you. Picture this, okay?
right.
So I'm in my apartment I live with 3 of my Harvard buddies, and I'm selling cocaine out of my sock drawer. They're going out every day to their finance jobs and making hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Did they know that you were...
They kind of had an idea
You can
because
pick up
people
on
would
it.
come in
Yeah.
and buy it from me, and I was my downfall as a dealer was that I was too generous, and I would always give people like a taste with me before they like bought it. And I only had one framed glass. Actually, I had two framed glass surfaces in my room. One was a picture of my family, and the other was my Harvard degree.
Oh, that's awesome.
And I felt it was too fucked up to do cocaine off my parents' faces. So I would take the Harvard degree off the wall, put it between my legs, chop up some lines, and give away cocaine to people.
Jesus.
Oh, sounds like a rookie
And there's
move.
something very eye-opening when you're doing that, where you're looking down at your Harvard degree and you're like, there has to be a better use for this.
Okay.
Sure.
I'll give you that.
Yeah,
I'll
that's
give you
trashy. It's definitely trashy, for sure. I don't think it's going to make you trash.
That. Did the roommates kick you out or anything, or did they?
No.
So
I couldn't afford it anymore. After 8 months, I left.
Oh, you left. Okay. All right. Did you continue to sell after that?
No, I only sold for like a couple batches.
Okay.
I would call it, and then I was just like, Jesus, what am I fucking doing? here?
Yeah.
This isn't
Pretty
worth
good.
it.
All right. I can see that.
I haven't done cocaine in about 9 years now.
That was 9 years ago.
Damn.
That was 2011. Yeah.
Nice.
Well, it's also, he doesn't think that's trashy because he's was a coke addict for like 10 years. So you're going like,
I
yeah,
don't
we
know if
were
I'd say
friends.
that when my parents are watching. Hey, Mom. Hey, Dad. Good to see you. Kippy's hitting the booze again.
Parents listen to their podcast. What am I? Now I'm handcuffed? Can't talk about your past?
And the meatloaf was great last weekend, Ma.
Yeah. Huh.
No, but I just see that as a class. That's more Miami Vice than like The Wire.
It's also far from Miami Vice. He was living with 4 other people.
But they went to Harvard, Kevin.
I understand.
Talking about class.
But I see where he's coming from. He's selling coke out of his fucking roommate's apartment.
You know what diploma you can't do cocaine off of? One that you didn't get. All right.
Shout out to Widener University.
Manicure.
I have not had
Never.
one. No.
Pedicure.
No.
Massage.
Sure.
Well, when was the last massage you had?
A long time ago.
Okay.
I mean, I certainly, obviously COVID's out, and then probably a couple years before that.
Really? I got one 3 days ago.
Really?
Oh yeah, they're up and running.
Huh.
Yeah, $60.
Sometimes if they don't feel
Shout
good.
out to Ming.
$20.
Yeah, that's like
Yeah,
the
what do
woman
you-
that walks on your back. Like, I don't want that.
No, she doesn't walk on your back.
They have a little bar on the ceiling.
No, that's what you want?
I've had that.
Oh,
that's
wow.
that's the like $35.
No, this is a girl. It's a full body massage.
I'll do it for 10. I'll get the kinks out too.
I'll pay you 10. Hey, listen, $10 a bag of blow. I'll come over this weekend.
I saw a fat guy in Francis's room walking on his back.
Okay. Do you sneak snacks into the movie theater?
Yeah.
Do you brush your teeth in the shower?
I'll do
Hold on,
one
yeah.
more. I'll do one more. I will sneak dinner into the movie.
I hate that.
And I'll sneak dinner in.
I
that
hate you.
Cooked myself.
Oh my God!
I will bring in like steamed broccoli, brown rice, and broiled chicken
Dude.
breasts, and I'll have a actual metal knife and fork.
That's organic
because I
garbage.
don't believe in
That's
plastic
insane level
utensils.
trash.
And I,
What do you put it in Tupperware?
you put it at the bottom of your girlfriend's purse. The theater we go to doesn't check. The guy doesn't care.
It's definitely glass Tupperware, I would assume, right?
Sure is.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
See?
Glad, Tupperware.
You can't hide.
I don't think I've never even, in all of my trash, I've never even thought of
Bringing
taking
food from home?
you've made at home.
Well, sometimes the movie conflicts directly with dinner time, and you've got to eat, and you don't want to, you're not. What are you going to sneak a
Structured.
fucking pizza box in? No.
No, but I was asking like fucking gobstoppers
Sure.
or something. You're
And I've done
going
that.
3-course meal.
I've done that, but for the sake of the podcast, I've done far worse.
I love it. That's
So,
wow. You
that's-
really might have. That's trashier than
But
selling blow.
it's a weird type of trash
because
isn't
it's
it?
Sure.
because it's
Oh, of
fucking
course.
steamed broccoli, brown rice, and fucking broiled chicken.
Yeah.
That's
That makes it what?
that makes it classy. I mean, he's eating right. What do you want?
Dude, what are you talking? He's making food an hour ahead of time, traveling to the
No,
fucking.
But it's
sorry.
healthy food.
Usually it'll be like a leftover. I'll bring leftovers into the movie.
That's even worse.
That's bad.
That's insane. I'd rather you cook the meal or stop and get a chalupa or something on the way and sneak it in.
I think cooking something for the movie theater is ridiculous. That would be ridiculous.
This is all ridiculous, Francis. That is next level insanity
I
to me.
I can't come at you.
Leftovers to the fucking movie theater?
I've eaten a lot of shit in the movie theater. It's never been steamed. I've never had a piece of broccoli.
You've never had a piece of broccoli.
I was watching Ghostbusters, so I got
Had a couple of deep fried Oreos.
I got
though.
to say that's pretty good, man. That's pretty
I like
good.
how you're just, it's because it's healthy, you think that's okay behavior. What about the fucking poor schmuck next to him where he breaks out boiled fucking vegetables?
They
Let
don't
those
like it.
peasants deal with themselves.
You know what allowed me to think that doing that was okay? I went to
love to know.
the theater I used to go to in Brooklyn. There would be people that had full McDonald's
Yeah,
meals.
it gets hairy in New
And
York.
I would be like, well, if they're eating dinner and it's this shit, like, okay, I can eat dinner in the movies and my dinner just looks a lot better.
That's some waspy shit right there. Well, they're over there eating.
They're fast food.
You know, they're handed out hamburgers, like, who got what? You know, it's like, what are you fucking kidding me? The
I said
previews
no
are-
tomatoes.
Holy
Dude,
shit.
that's unforgivable in my book. That's insane.
I don't think so.
You are a fucking animal. So like,
If it was like meatloaf or spaghetti or some shit like that, yeah. But it's fucking low carb, high protein, lean
it
fat.
doesn't matter what it is. He's taking a fucking...
He's probably on his way going to the gym afterwards real quick
doesn't
for a
matter.
steam and a workout.
We're growing.
Maybe a facial.
We're growing so far apart. That's insane.
What about brushing your teeth in the shower? How do you feel about that?
I have no problem with that. I don't.
Because he's a savage. He takes leftovers to the fucking movie theater.
I don't do it anymore as often, but for years and years I did it.
Okay, would you leave the toothbrush in the shower?
Accidentally, I would, but I would not mean to do that.
Okay.
That's not where it's
It's a little bit of saving grace.
Now, as we've established, you come from a good lineage, upper middle class beginnings, as you said, and your father's business really took off. Well educated. How do you feel? Okay, because my associate here on the podcast is a staunch, does not believe that this is a
Well,
quality.
I know
thing to
what
do.
he's going to say.
Do you take leftovers home from a restaurant?
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely, and I eat them.
At the movie theater.
No, homemade food at the movie theater.
Sorry.
I'm sorry.
I didn't-
I'm sorry. Where did you go to school again? Where was your college?
Harvard.
Harvard University. Thank you.
Do you guys differ on that one?
Oh, yeah. This has been contentious.
This guy doesn't take leftovers
Why not?
Well, okay. Because
because he's a bozo and he doesn't know what the fuck he's
No,
doing.
one, I finish it.
Okay, well
And-
that's fair.
And I'm not saying not taking it is classy. I'm not saying it's like a classy move to leave it.
I see.
I'm not saying that. I'm saying to take, a quarter of a chicken breast and 4 pieces of asparagus home. To me, I just go, that's garbage. Because if you don't take it, it's literal trash. So first of all, I finish
Not
my
if
meal all
I'm
the
waiting at
time.
the table.
Yeah, I mean, it's still food.
I understand that. That's why I finish it. I'm never in a position
So
to
okay, I have an interesting addendum to
lay it
this,
on us.
which would be that I get anxiety when I go to a new restaurant that I'm not going to order the best stuff that they have. I will always ask the waiter, "What's the best stuff you've got?" And maybe they say like 1 or 2 or 3 things, but I will over order to quell the anxiety of having
of
missed
missing
out.
out.
I get FOMO big time at restaurants. Does that make sense?
What's FOMO?
fear of missing
fear
out.
of missing out?
Ah.
So like because I fear I'm never going to come back to this place, and I'd rather just hit it once and order like way too much stuff, but make sure that I can taste everything. Does that make sense?
Makes
Yeah,
sense.
that's fucking,
Now-
that makes for a nice leftover tray.
That's exactly right. That's
Sure.
why my leftovers are worth at least another full meal. You're
That's
talking
completely
about
different. I'm talking about if you go and you order a bowl of spaghetti or
Yeah.
whatever, a bowl of pasta, there's a quarter of it left, you didn't finish it. I'm not saying I'm classy for not taking it. I'm just saying I think it's trashy.
I intentionally overorder because I rely on myself to eat the leftovers as another meal. So I think it's a different point of view we've got.
Sure. Yeah. I understand. That's a different situation as well because you're ordering over the top.
There's sort of a triangle of opinion here where none of us seem to be on the same page, but it's cool. Everyone's got.
What do
their
you
own-
mean? I'm with you 100%. I want to go to dinner with you right now. I'll tell you
Yeah,
that.
but
Let's
you
do
have-
a little over ordering.
Yeah, well, true. Yeah, okay. We side together on that
Hang
one.
out with the kid. Maybe see if Pepe is still around. What was his name? The guy in Brooklyn.
Who?
Who was your guy in Brooklyn?
Oh, Poppy.
Poppy, yeah.
Yeah, Brownsville.
Check him out, too.
I think it's
Oh, Poppy. The way you said. Oh, you mean Poppy?
Poppy's a little sloppy.
Poppy's a little sloppy.
All right.
Okay.
Growing up, did you have milk with dinner?
I was always lactose intolerant from a very young age, and not in like a fucking pathetic,
Nerdy.
Bullshit, like single mom type of way. I hate to say it.
Wait, why? What does that mean?
Not like I get a little gassy. Like I would really get sick if I
Okay.
had dairy at all. So I was on soy milk most of my life, and then switched over to
Almond.
Oh.
now I'm on oat.
Yeah,
Oat's
Oatly?
the shit. Oh yeah, dude.
Oatly's nice.
10 days a week.
Everybody loves it.
Have
I
you
like
ever
how we took a shot at single moms, too. That's classy right
Yeah.
there.
I don't know if I should have said that. I
That's
feel like
all
I
right.
shouldn't have
It's
said
fine.
that.
have
I
you
meant
ever-
like yoga moms.
It's pedigree. It's what it is. You're
Yeah.
calling it how you see
It's not
it.
like a lifestyle choice. It's not like I want to do this because it's in
well, they
fashion.
say lactose intolerant, and that means a very different thing
Yes,
to
of
me
course.
from what I
Well, you actually
had.
suffer from lactose
Like I was
intolerance.
almost like allergic
Sure.
to
Yeah.
lactose.
Like people who come in and say that they have a gluten allergy when they really don't.
yeah,
Yeah.
you just
Yeah.
get a little sleepy. So do we all.
Yeah.
You know?
Or I have OCD. I get nervous. It's like some people actually have severe OCD, and some people are like, "Oh, I get weird in a situation."
There was a girl
There's
in
levels to
at
it.
my high school who told everyone she had a gluten allergy, but then she would just eat the pasta anyway and then throw it up. And we were like, no, you just have an eating disorder.
yeah.
That was how it was. We all saw it. And she kept, celiac disease.
Oh, that's what it's called, celiac disease. I
get outta
forgot.
here.
Yeah.
Don't piss on my face and tell me it's raining.
10 days a week. Don't piss off. This guy's got slogans. I like it.
Sure
it's
do.
Old
That's
school.
great.
Yeah.
Have you ever been to a hair cuttery?
No.
Okay, I didn't think so.
What is that? It sounds like a.
He doesn't even know what it
Supercuts.
is.
It's like a super.
It's like a supercuts. Yeah.
Who does cut your hair? A barber?
a
or-
barber.
A barber. Not a stylist.
Certainly not.
What's a haircut run you now? What are you spending? What are you dropping on a haircut? Plus tip.
It's plus tip.
Let us know. Drop it on us.
Why
It's so funny you ask
it's a
this.
lot.
I swear to God, it's $50. It's like $50 to $55.
Manhattan. It makes sense. Yeah.
But here's what's funny.
What?
With tip or tip on top of that?
With tip.
That's 55 with tip.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh.
So the haircut's what? 30, 40?
It was like $40. Yeah.
10, 15 on tip.
Okay, not
Now-
too shabby.
Now, here's the thing though. When
He's got a good head of hair.
I got fired from my job at Barstool, and I stopped I didn't make as much money for a while, obviously, until
Right.
I went and worked for Brobile.
You were doing well over there.
at Barstool.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was making a good salary.
Okay.
And I just didn't have much money. And the first change that I made in my life was to go from $55 haircuts to $19 haircuts.
There's a difference.
Dude, I looked like shit.
I know.
It was so nice. It was unbelievable.
I know.
I would have loved to have been there on a Friday night, you coming out of your first $19
fucking
haircut.
whacked up.
Oh my god.
Pissed off.
Oh my god, it was fucking revolting.
Did you ever have somebody cut your hair where you're like, I know you don't even care that you're doing that. They're just like looking. It's like
You're
crazy.
arguing with this guy who does not speak any English over what is best for your hair, and he has his idea, and he won't meet you in the middle.
No.
He says, no, I'm giving you this.
This is what you're getting.
If you want a better haircut, earn more money.
Yeah. It's the way they play it, dude. If you can get a really good, expensive haircut in New York, or you can like fucking slum it,
Yeah.
or you don't have a say. You just
Dude,
get
this
what
guy-
they give you.
And they set up their waiting chairs on the sidewalk outside because the place is so small. You can't even have.
Where is it?
I don't.
You don't even
It's
know.
one of those like floating shops.
Okay, yeah,
you know what I
yeah.
mean? Like in a fucking under an awning somewhere. I don't know.
Do you have a guy when? You're back to the $55 haircut. You're back to your.
Now I've gone back.
You're back. He's making a little
Things
bit
are
of
good. There you
cash.
go.
Yeah,
Do you have a specific guy you go to?
I do.
Yeah. Do you make an appointment or do you walk in and wait for him?
I make an appointment.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't have the heart when I walk in to wait. I feel bad for the poor
For the
schmuck in the
person.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and I
I
always
know
go
that.
and they always fuck me up every time.
I
No,
know
I
that's,
think-
I'd rather have a bad haircut than hurt that guy's feelings.
that's a good. That means you're not as garbage.
I think everybody knows that though. If you have your own barber in a multiple barber situation, they know you're waiting for
I
your
know.
guy.
I always get Terry in the back. Fucking Terry.
Hmm.
Terry's just my guy now, dude. I'm like, no, I'm waiting for Terry to bash me up real bad. And I ain't got a lot left, Terry. You fucking step your game up.
Have Terry ruin my week real quick.
I like Russian barbers now.
New York, you got to go. It's all Russian.
I want Russian.
Yeah, or like Eastern European.
Cutting my hair.
Yeah, for sure.
My barber knows so
Bad
much
English.
about. This guy speaks really good English, and he knows so much about what's going on in Russia politically that I go in and I learn from him.
That's pretty good.
And I actually really enjoy it. I've like fact checked him after the fact, and he was dead right. And I'm like, all right,
What's the scoop? What's cooking over there?
Well, he says that the current conflict between Azerbaijan and Armenia is actually a much more likely scenario to lead to World War III than anything that would occur between America, Russia, or China.
Damn.
Why? Because it's a proxy?
It's being fought over this tiny, tiny parcel of land, but there are so many kind of ethnic and religious considerations. Like Turkey wants the Muslims to win because they're a predominantly Muslim country. I mean, there's the outside forces that are like aiding from the back based on their own, interests, and it's pulling more people in.
Look at that. You're all class,
Dude,
man.
that was way better than my Russian barber. My Russian barber looked like a bad guy from a Bond movie. Cut my hair with a shoe.
As if I wanted a 12-year-old kid. He's good. He's fresh. I tell you. Trust me. I cut back straight, or you want natural? And tell me if you want a little girl. Let me know.
She's virgin. Okay, I can't foresee this. Does your family ever participate in the ritual known as a Yankee swap or white elephant?
I don't know what those are.
Okay, that's where it's like a
Pollyanna.
a Pollyanna.
Secret Santa. I don't know where the fuck you got those terms.
I've never even heard of Pollyanna, but I've heard of
class.
Secret Santa.
All right, so it's a secret. Oh well, then it's a Secret Santa where everybody buys a gift and then you like fight over. It's real trash. It's real trash.
Wait,
shit.
say it again.
So
they
listen,
fight over?
Have you ever been to a fair that had 50-50 raffle tickets?
Yes.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you owned the land. It was in Maine.
The winner got a Jaguar.
Not the car. What? No. So say there's the three of us, right? We all pull a number one. We all buy a gift, not for anybody, but just a standard
this is
gift.
trashy.
This is real.
We
trash.
didn't do that. We did a straight Pollyanna.
Which is still kind of trashy, but whatever. It's you all buy just a nondescript gift anybody could use, right? You all put it in the middle, and then they're all wrapped up. You don't know what they are, and then we all pull a number 1 through 3. Number 1 pulls first. So say you open it up and it's a fucking Flowbee to cut your hair. You go, oh, cool. And then I can either take from the pot or I can take your gift.
Okay.
And that can, but you do it with like 10 people, and it goes on. And
Wait, have you ever gotten a Flowbee as a gift? Please tell me yes.
no, but my sister-in-law's dad invented the Flowbee.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and Easy Pass.
Couple of bucks. What?
Couple of shots.
I didn't know
Holy
that.
moly.
Yeah.
Easy Pass?
They're the technology. He invented the technology, then leased it to Easy Pass.
This is your sister-in-law's
dad. He was an inventor, like a proper inventor.
Good for him.
Yeah.
That's cool. I mean, the Easy Pass is just an enormously helpful thing. What a development.
Yeah.
For traffic, think about it.
Forget it.
Do you ever see people at a toll
I just got
don't
Easy Pass.
have it?
I just got it last week.
What are you doing?
I just got it last week.
The new one for me, that's pathetic.
I know. I didn't have a car for a long time.
The new one for
car.
me, this one is merging into this territory, but it's not there yet. When I go to the airport, I have
Clear or
yeah. TSA pre-check, and so I love that, and I look down on people that are in the pedestrian line.
Sure.
But it's not. It's still a sense of superiority rather than how could you be such an idiot as to not have this?
Sure.
Which is what I feel about
Easy Pass.
Yeah, of course. Of course.
You're breaking out change.
In my defense, when I had my car in New York, I had it, and then I got rid of my car.
Yeah.
I took my car back to my parents, and it sat there for 3 years, and then, I don't know, 6-8 months ago, I brought it back, and I just never fucking got it.
Right.
And then I just got it.
Makes sense.
But they're getting rid of them because of COVID, so you just drive through, and it's all by mail anyway.
Yeah.
Have you ever not had Easy Pass and gone through a toll and not had the money to pay for it?
No.
I have, but by accident again, and then I had to settle it up in the mail.
Yeah, I had to do that too once.
They get
I knew
you,
damn
They get you
well
on the fees, too.
I knew damn well that I wasn't able to pay
Huge
for it.
hassle.
I was driving to Virginia.
Sorry, I took the wrong car. Got got my mom's car.
My wallet's in my other car.
All right, I got one. You're a classy guy, a couple of bucks, probably live in a nice apartment.
Yeah, why do you want to be garbage? I feel like you're disappointed. That
I never
you're
said
not.
I wanted to.
He just
be.
said I got a darker side.
I can't pretend that
Sure.
I'm some totally unimpeachable person.
Yeah.
The word impeachable. That's class.
If I were to go to your house right now, right, me and Foley come over, we sit down, we both ask for water.
Do you live with your lady friend?
I do.
Okay.
Yeah.
We both ask for water.
Mm-hmm.
What are you offering us?
Great question. I'm going to take a glass out of the cupboard and I'm going to fill it up for you guys from our Brita filter in the refrigerator.
Okay, that's a valid answer.
That's the answer.
A bottle of water is very nice, but I know you're not big on plastic.
No, not at all.
Yeah.
I don't keep bottles of water.
Yes, I picked up on the.
I like the glass Pellegrinos and Gerolsteins.
That's if I went and asked for water and someone gave me a Pellegrino,
Yeah.
I'd be like, how do I take from you in life? What can I take from you?
We're big on that at our house. My wife's European, so that's all. It's just all the fucking. That's all it is.
Let me tell you something. Everybody, I know when people go to a restaurant, all right, and I'm talking to the fans out there, all right, maybe on a tight budget. When you go to a restaurant and they offer you a bottle of sparkling or still, I swear to God, skip the soda and fucking get that. It is so fucking worth it.
What I totally disagree. And
What?
Yes, thank you. I agree
answer
with you.
tap every time, almost out of
Tap,
some
yeah.
I don't sense of not wanting to be an asshole.
No, you go with the bottle.
No joke. When I was single, I went on a date with a girl once who jumped in, and as I was saying, tap's fine, and was like, sure, bottle's great. And they brought it. It was like $14.
Yeah.
What's the one with the orange label? They give it to you in the green room at Caroline's all the time.
It's Aqua Penna or something
Like that. It's glass, and it was a big bottle, and I
$38.
immediately wrote this girl off.
Yeah, that's
We were
a tough
not
look.
at all compatible.
Yeah. I'm a big still guy. The worst answer you could have given is, do you ever go to someone's house and they give you a glass of water and the glass is wet? And it's like, they like just wash the glass out of the sink and you're like, I'm like, nah, dude, I'll fuck it. I'm good.
You smell like old soap and garlic in it. Yeah, that's fucking
What if they pointed you to the sink and they were just like, put your head under there and sip it?
I probably have some friends where that's the case for
Yeah,
sure.
I love drinking from the hose.
Drinking from the hose.
Well, a hose would be different.
Yeah. Drinking from the faucet of the bathroom late at night when you're dying of thirst is good too.
I don't like it.
Yeah.
You're getting a sideways sip.
It's not good.
Doesn't go down
it's too
your
much
throat the
energy
right
to
way.
get what you need.
Yeah.
It's not
Harder
smart.
to breathe, too.
I water every night. That's the last thing we do. Water
What?
next to the bed.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And then what
So
do
you
you
got
do?
it. And I try to throw a move on the old lady. She turns me down.
Break out the crippler. And then what? You have your water in the middle of the night when you wake up?
Yeah, I wake up a lot. I pee a lot. I need some water, you know?
How many times do you pee when you're sleeping through the night?
I hold it every time.
At least once.
You get up at least once a night in
Yeah.
the middle of the night to
yeah.
pee.
Yeah.
Dude, that's crazy.
Yeah.
I hold it.
I used to pee the bed a lot as a kid.
Oh.
I just got a tiny bladder to go with a tiny pee-pee.
I have a friend who gets up 3 times a night.
That's a lot. That
He
would
has
be
the
like
tightest,
that's a lot.
smallest bladder ever.
Yeah.
And he's a big dude.
There's nothing worse than that. I hold it as long as I can and until like it affects my dreams, my sleep.
Yeah.
And
That's
I'm just
weird.
angry. It's like holding it.
But dude, that release, it's like you're sitting there like tossing and rolling around.
I
Trying
know.
to, that pain's never gonna go away.
I know.
You gotta get it out.
You know what, too? I fucking, my girl's always on me about like, missing the toilet and peeing on the floor. I go in there in the middle of the night half asleep.
Yeah.
It's on the walls. I don't know what's going on. I hate
Why don't
that.
you more men are this is something I'm learning. A lot more men are sitting down to pee
It's
now.
not comfortable for me.
I agree. I don't feel like I'm clearing the cylinder as much.
Yeah. I feel like I'm peeing back on myself.
I need
might be.
gravity to help
Yeah.
in that process.
Yeah.
And I hate getting pee on my area. It's very smelly. I don't like it. Well, ladies.
Your
something
pee,
every-
your piss strikes me as being very, very dark yellow.
Oh, you wouldn't like it.
Yeah,
No.
not a lot of water in there.
Thick.
Yeah.
Viscous.
It's a lot of fucking, vitamins and nutrients coming out.
It would
Yeah.
be like that guy, Aaron Ralston, who got his arm trapped under the rock in 127 hours. so he had to drink his own pee. Yours is like the third
cycle of that. Third
it.
generation of
You've
your own
gone
pee.
through a couple times, and your bladders have sorted out any remaining nutrients, and it's just mud now.
It's bad. It's
blood.
bad. It looks like my pee looks like Mountain Dew most of the time. And when I have
You're so unhealthy.
when
It's
I have
crazy.
when I have asparagus,
It comes out as a whole one. Comes shooting
comes out wrapped up.
wrapped up in bacon.
No, when I have asparagus, it instantly smells so bad.
Yeah, that's true.
I know, but with my
people.
added regular unleaded that I usually
You're
have,
unlike
it makes
This guy's burning high octane over
burning
here.
pure diesel.
it makes for a really weird smell. Like the whole bathroom, it's like coyote pee or something like that, marking my trail. So I know how to get home.
They sell it at fucking. I forget the name.
Guys, I gotta tell you, I'm having a lot of fun. I
That's
really
what we
am.
do here,
this
buddy.
Is great fun.
That's what we do.
Yeah, I like this.
All right, I got a couple more. I think. When was the last time you were in a wave pool?
Long time.
Yeah.
Probably 12 or 13. One of those vacations to Florida.
Roller coaster.
Not as long as you might. Well, I was 22. It was my senior year.
That's
of
the
college.
right answer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ever work at a kiosk in the mall?
No.
Did you have a job growing up?
Sure.
What'd you do?
Yeah. One summer I was like a referee of all these like kids youth soccer and games and
That's a
stuff
classy,
like that.
classy job.
Real classy. That and the tutoring.
And then I did. I worked at I painted porches for an entire summer.
That's a
Just
college
porches?
job.
Like it was mostly like decks and porches.
Was it like
yeah.
Serta Pro Painters or whatever? One of those.
I was just freelancing,
Gotcha.
but I got a couple jobs. Like people would refer me and whatever.
Wait, you were doing it yourself?
Yeah.
Wow. See?
Yeah.
That's class.
Industrial.
Started his own business.
And then I did.
Entrepreneur.
I worked at. You'll like this. I worked at a kayak and canoe
Of course.
What's up, bros?
rental
Ready to yak?
place, and I would pull the boats off the hooks and like give them to families to go out in the ocean. That was a summer where I was working at this very ritzy area of Maine called Prout's Neck. Roger Goodell has his summer house there.
Okay.
And they have a famous old hotel called the Black Point Inn. And I made friends with all of the wealthy New York kids that were there. And I would play beer pong in their screened-in porches and take advantage of them and stuff. And they one day brought me after work to the Black Point Inn for tea. Wow. Because they set out all these little finger sandwiches. And they had a grand piano in the little area there. And I sat down and started
Yeah,
to
you
play.
play. Yeah.
Oh.
The manager of the hotel walked out and offered me a job playing the piano 2 nights a week on the spot. And I went from making like $8 an hour at my canoe and kayak rental place to making $50 for 4 hours of playing just 2 nights a week.
Damn.
And like tripled my weekly salary.
What'd you play that blew him away? Would you like Piano Man or
I
something?
don't even know what I was. I don't even remember.
Brenda
what it was.
Renetti with a puppy in the stage.
Chopsticks.
But it was one of those amazing, just fortuitous moments of like being in the right place at the right
place,
time,
yeah.
and then like getting into, the richer circle
Sure.
that allowed
That's what it's
me to
all
just
about, baby.
make more money.
It's all
Gotta
about that
upgrade.
network.
I gotta stop hanging out with you.
No shit.
I will tell you, working around rich people is helpful.
I know. My niece.
It is.
My
Keep
niece and
faking
nephew.
it till you make it.
Yeah.
You know?
My niece and nephew are in private school, and I've been networked with some of their friends. They're
See
only,
if they need their porches painted.
they're only 8 and 9, but still.
I used to work at a law firm that represented international billionaires. That was like my last day job. And when you're working around that kind of, like, I used to manage their apartments in New York. I mean, like $100 million apartments and shit.
Yeah.
It's like it's just.
Did you go into some of those
Yeah,
places?
yeah.
So-
I used to sometimes have to go like reset the Wi-Fi
Yeah.
or whatever. You're like whatever, or like go yell at a neighbor.
And
for a
you're
party.
one of 25 people there that day who are fixing something,
Dude,
or
they-
like cleaning or teaching.
Oh
the
yeah.
chess.
They wouldn't, and like a lot of them wouldn't even know me.
Yeah.
And like I would have to like also I'd have to fund the accounts from like it's all like shell corporations
Right.
and getting money in the U.S. So I'd be on the phone with like fucking Hong Kong being like I need 2 million stat in the to the BVI account, and then
Totally.
I'm like you don't even know me, and I'm ordering around $2 million of your money.
Dude, the best gig I had when I was tutoring was I got hired by a very, very wealthy family. I mean, blew the other orders of magnitude greater than the other Upper East Side families I had. And this guy, he had a big family and a staff of 15, which included 2 chefs who cooked all the dinners.
Yeah.
Damn.
And the kids would come through. There were a lot of kids in the family, and they would come through and they would fill their plates or whatever. And then with me and the other tutor, who were full time, got to make our plates. And these guys, these chefs had worked at the top restaurant, Le Bernardin and 11 Madison Park, like, Michelin starred restaurants. And I was eating, what would have been a $130
entree
plate of dinner every night.
Wait, how are you full time?
So I got hired. That family wanted like a total commitment. So I pushed my other students off to other tutors that I had hired. I took a percentage of what they were making. And then I worked.
Oh my God.
Couple of points. The kid gets to wet his beak.
Holy shit.
On contract for that family.
What? So you'd have to be there every day?
Yeah, 5 days a week.
After school?
Sunday through Thursday. But there were perks. I mean,
There's a lot of perks,
They had a sick ski house that they would take a helicopter to, and I would accompany them sometimes on the helicopter out there.
Why? Okay, what would be
The kids had homework on the weekends, and if the parents sometimes the parents wouldn't come. And so they would send, a tutor and two nannies and
it's all outsourced.
A chef out with the kids to the ski house.
On the helicopter?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
There was this guy.
How are the nannies? Are they hot?
Dude, no, but there was, something fucking insane happened, which is straight out of Upstairs, Downstairs or Downton Abbey or some shit. Where
never seen it.
The chef was and then one of the nannies started having an affair.
Nice.
And they were both married to other people.
Nice.
And they were doing a ton of drugs.
Nice.
Ecstasy.
Nice.
And then the nanny was driving the little kids to surf camp in the morning and was too fucked up. And they found this out and they were also stealing wine from the wine cellar.
That's what you're getting.
You can't do that.
Rich guys know their wine.
You can't steal.
It was one of the maids who found the empty bottles of wine and snitched on them. And then when the dad confronted the chef picked up a vase in the kitchen and threw it at his head. He ducked, and it broke through the stained glass window that they had done special for that house. And then I think they called the police, and the chef got arrested and taken away.
Of course he did.
That happened in front of the fucking kids, man.
Oh, that's probably not even the craziest thing that's happened in front of us.
That was the craziest thing. I was like,
of course, that's
I arrived
insane.
the next day, and the kids ran out the driveway to greet me, and they were like, "You're never gonna believe what happened." And I was like, "This is awesome."
Let's get in the helicopter and talk about that.
It's pretty
helicopter to the ski resort.
Yeah,
You've been in a helicopter on your way to go skiing.
Yeah, but as a passenger, like
my mom was friends with a lady whose husband was the
guy that used to fly with the weather channels. You get to sit in the back. We're up here. There's traffic on 95.
Keeping an eye on a car chase.
Go lower. No, I was too scared to go. It was right around Halloween, I remember. My brother, this fucking thing came down the runway. It was huge, landed. I was like, nah, fuck that. Let's go to fucking Clover, get some G.I. Joes. But my brother went for like a 20-minute ride.
Yeah.
Helicopters are spooky.
Yeah.
They're not, you think you're in a tin of sardines.
That. Yeah. So one of my family's friends used to fly. He had one and he would fly it like recreationally. And I remember all the kids are like, "We're going in fucking Mr. Whatever's thing." I'm like, I was like 6. Like, dude, you are not fucking getting me in that.
Yeah, unless you're a fucking Huey Vietnam vet pilot, I'm not getting into a fucking chopper with you. I want somebody with military training.
That and I was that when I was in SeaWorld, they pulled me up to like play with Shamu or whatever, and I was like, "Not today, Chief. You are not pulling me up to fucking get eaten by this fucking thing." Pick some other schlub from Kansas.
Gets eaten in front of a whole SeaWorld crowd.
Not doing it.
You think it's part of the show?
Yeah. Oh, look, his arm's gone. Nope.
Have you ever been to Busch Gardens, Williamsburg?
No, but I've been to Busch Gardens, Florida. Orlando, I assume.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Have you ever been to Myrtle Beach for vacation?
No.
That's trash. Have you ever owned a lava lamp?
No.
Okay.
Blacklight?
No, but I had those glow-in-the-dark stars that you would
That was like
stick on
that was like
ceiling.
the intro to like you really wanted a black like I was
Yeah.
like I wanted like blacklight poster. I was like, we'll start with the stars.
That was the intro to smoking doobies.
Yeah,
if you know what I
that's
mean.
all you
What's
wanted.
that?
Did you guys ever have a door made of beads?
Oh, that's a
Have
question.
you?
No,
Of
but I
course not.
wanted
No
one.
way your mom. No way your mom was going for that.
I
Put that in the
wanted
helicopter.
one. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a question that's come up on the show a bunch. Yeah.
Really? God
Yeah,
damn! I
yeah,
thought
yeah.
that was an original thought.
No, I think we just asked it like 2 weeks ago, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck me twice.
Yeah, it's
Still trashy.
That is trashy. Just anything you could buy at Spencer's Gifts as home decor.
It's trash, yeah.
It's garbage.
That's how I come up with questions for the show. I just go to Spencer's website.
I love it.
Have you ever bought a necklace with a charm on it?
No.
Okay.
Like a bead
Okay.
at a
hemp.
county fair. A hemp necklace with a bead.
Yeah.
That when I was
That's
like
all right. That was
15.
cool back at that age. That was
Yeah.
that was in.
What I could see him wearing, you ever one of those, wear a puka shell necklace?
No, I not a shell one, but I had like those sort of Abercrombie boy necklaces when I was in 7th grade for sure.
Yeah.
I did rock those, and I popped my collar.
You did?
And I
course you
once
did.
wore two shirts, and
collars.
popped both collars.
Wait, what do you mean? 2 polos?
It got
One
back
within
in
the
day,
other.
You would put 2 polos on and pop both of them.
As though your collars were spooning each other.
It's
I
It
don't
was a
remember that.
layering technique.
it was way past your time.
Yeah?
You would usually do the white one on the inside and then the color one on
Was
the outside.
Yeah, I had a buddy that did it like we were way too old. It wasn't even cool, and he would like show up to the ball like we were like 23 or whatever. He would show up to the ball with 3 pop collars on.
No.
Swear to God, dude.
That's too much.
I'm drawing a blank on his fucking name.
3?
Shout out to Quigs
I mean,
and Stateside Vodka.
but at that point, you're not even
Started a vodka
comfortable.
company.
You're wearing 3 shirts.
Yeah, but you know, it's a conversation
what the
starter.
fuck?
No, it's not. It's a
We're
conversation
talking about
ender.
it. We're talking about it.
Do you
Years
pop-
later, the kid still got some heat.
Do you pop your collar now or no?
No, he's a
not
fucking
in,
gentleman.
Not in a decade or more, for
Is
sure.
that, I thought that's what cool people did, was pop your collar.
This is making me want to try it again. I want to bring it back.
You could pull it off because you're tall, good, in shape, and you're like, oh, that's a fashion choice. But that guy, you couldn't. I couldn't do it.
When you go to brunch, do you wear sunglasses? Do you wear sunglasses at brunch?
only to the restaurant, and then I take them off.
Do you wear flip flops in the city?
No.
I got one. This has been a very divisive one based on Foley's answer. You're out. You know, it's obviously not ideal, but you're out somewhere and you have to use the bathroom at number 2, right? You got to use a public restroom. What's the ritual? How do you clean the seat in a public restroom?
Yeah. You know, I've just
Buys a
become
new one?
more secure about this as I've grown older. I used to be very germophobic
Sure.
about it, and but now, honestly, I give it a glance, and if I'm
Eyeball
like,
test.
it looks pretty clean,
Yeah.
dry, I'll sit
Bareback
down.
it.
But then if there's any kind of anything untoward, I will get a ball of toilet paper, a thick ball, and then use that as somewhat of a squeegee, and then just hold my breath.
Yeah. Foley, why don't you tell him what you do?
Well, I like to poop in the evenings. No, I will. Similar situation. Like when it looks clean, there's not like shit on the toilet or
Yeah.
anything like that.
Yeah.
You're gonna be blown away.
I will get that same said chunk of toilet paper. I will flush the toilet a couple of times to get fresh water in there.
A couple of times?
Yeah, like to get fresh water.
Well, hold on. I may pause you. I'm so sorry. Do you flush it, wait till it replenishes, and then flush it again?
Yeah, they're those industrial.
Well, the
ones.
way you did it, you were like, it sounded like you were pumping it.
Well, the ones that
With that don't have the
rocket
tank.
ship flushers.
yeah, don't have a tank. Yeah.
So you're just ripping that thing to create like a vacuum of some
No,
kind?
to get the water fresh, and then I take the ball of toilet paper, I dip it a little bit, just a touch in the water, and then I wipe the seat.
Why don't you wet it under the sink?
Because then I got to go out with the whole toilet paper in my hand. Everyone knows I'm taking a poop.
Did anyone have doubts when you flushed the toilet 4 times?
Or you're in the stall?
I could be doing bumps. They don't know. Maybe I'm tripping.
How
while it's
insane is
Boy,
fantastic.
that guy's flushing a lot of cocaine down the toilet.
He uses toilet bowl water
That's gross, man.
to clean
Is
the
it?
toilet seat.
Well, in a weird way, it explains why you're flushing it so many times. Which environmentally, again, that
He's
irks
against.
me. But I understand it.
Yeah, that's my move.
What if you see like stalactite on the
Like
on the
poop?
corner? Yeah,
Then
chunks.
I'm going to go to a different stall.
Yeah.
I'm going to hold it. Or I'm not going to do the wiping method, and I'm just going to wipe it down and make it
you're a
happen.
fucking
So
animal.
why must it be wet? That makes the seat wet, which to me is
I
uncomfortable.
dry it off.
So you go wet.
He's doing a
wipe,
lot of work in there.
and then you take another ball, and then
If I need to.
you're the reason that the rainforest is being depleted.
there you go.
I'm pretty environmentally conscious in other ways. You guys are drinking out of plastic cups.
True.
I got
True.
my
It's true.
Foley mug right here.
Oh, okay. Let's just do one or two. We got to wrap up, but then we'll do one or two of like the standards. Growing up, butter, was it kept in the refrigerator or kept on the counter? And where do you keep it now?
Refrigerator, and then now it's in the refrigerator in that little top on the door.
Yeah.
The top thing with the little see-through.
Wow,
fold.
he has one of those.
I got one of those.
Do you?
Yeah.
You have a butter
standard.
thing in your refrigerator?
Yeah, every refrigerator. That's not like a
Oh,
glass
I know
thing.
what you're talking about. Yeah, I thought you meant like you had a separate. Can you access it from the outside?
No,
Oh, okay.
What?
I'm not Iron
There's a
Man.
butter doggy door?
I'm not Iron Man. But you look like Michael Fassbender a little bit.
I've gotten that. I
Yeah.
like him. What a great actor.
Oh, he's the best.
He speaks like 7 languages too.
You French?
How
That's
many?
all I got.
That's all you got?
Plays the piano? Were you classically trained as a piano player?
I mean, it's such a like fancy way.
Loaded,
I took
yeah.
lessons in
Okay.
classical piano, but I couldn't say that I was trained by some sensei pianist.
So at that place in the Hamptons or wherever you were, where you were working the summer gig,
Yeah.
you weren't playing like Billy Joel. You were playing like
I was reading music, playing classical music.
wow.
And I
Mozart?
had to wear a suit for it. I'd play some Mozart.
That's another.
Mozart's-
Wagner?
No, Wagner. No, I think Wagner's mostly
Shakespeare?
like orchestral.
Okay.
I think certainly not Shakespeare.
Goosebumps?
Chuck Berry?
This has to be a yes, but this is another recurring one. If you had to go to a wedding tomorrow, right? Find out today you got to go to a wedding. You have a suit that fits you, correct?
Yeah.
You can put on a suit tomorrow and not have to worry about it.
Yes. However, I have had suits that I've chosen vetoed by my girlfriend due to stains that I did not think were deal breakers.
Sure. That's a big thing, yeah. Okay. How many suits do you own currently?
Well, good question.
And I have a follow-up.
I would probably say like 3.
That's pretty good.
But I have 2 that I bought on sale as like a big deal that I haven't hemmed yet.
Okay.
So the pant looks uncircumcised.
Okay, yeah. So, got the
they-
roll.
I have them, but they're not ready to
not
go.
ready to go. But you could, in a pinch, you got one that you can put on and go to a.
I own
funeral.
5 suits, 2 of which are.
Holy shit.
I mean, they're those ones that I bought were like $200.
Yeah, he doesn't own a suit, so I mean,
I
you're
just-
like, oh, I only got 5. They were only $200.
I still think that's less weird to me than not having a passport.
Yeah.
Do you own a tux?
Yes.
What?
Dude, I'm gonna sound douchey here. Most of the weddings that I get invited to are black
black
tie,
ties.
which I find very
A cash bar? What are we
obnoxious.
talking about here?
I find that very indulgent upon the on the side of the.
but you run in that
bridegroom.
circle. But
Hold
yeah.
on. Have you ever been to a wedding that was cash bar?
No.
Yeah, I don't think I have
course
either.
not.
I might have been one to like a kid back in the day at like a VFW or something, but not as an
I've been to a
adult.
funeral that was cash.
I went to a wedding that
too.
was
Peace.
dry, which was really
Brutal.
offensive.
That's tough. I went to one.
It was because someone in the wedding party
sober.
had a
The wedding party?
The wedding party?
No, I mean I think either the bride or the
bride of
groom.
the okay, I was gonna say I'm not having a dry
still.
wedding for cousin Steve.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Get the
even
fuck outta
still,
here.
come on, man. You can't do that to people. I respect it. They're making choices to better their lives, but come on. So I'm fucking standing around drinking Shirley Temples like assholes.
I went to a wedding that was at like a it was a whatever, and instead of having it catered, like it was catered, but to save money they did, we'll just buy all the booze and then we'll serve that rather than having the third party serve.
I don't
you
mind
run
that.
out so quick.
Oh, yeah.
So it's like they're like, we only got a half of a Jameson, and you're like, what? It's like still light out.
Well,
Trying to fucking tie one on over here. I put
Trying to
100.
bang-
I put
bang it.
100 in the card. Let's go.
it sounds good, but that's like running any party where you should just always overbuy.
Yeah, or let somebody come in and say, hey,
bring-
it's on you. Like you're at
Yeah.
a bar or a restaurant. You're at the
BYOB.
venue has it.
Dude, a BYOB wedding would be pretty fun.
That would be
It would
devastating.
get sloppy
Oh,
quick.
yeah.
I'd bring a cooler for sure.
Yeah.
Rolling in with a fucking party ball.
Yeah.
What about the wedding gift?
I always give money.
How
Cash?
much?
Now I'm like Venmoing people.
I've done that for a wedding.
People are fine with that.
Yeah.
All right, let's do
It's
this.
weird.
Dude, a
What was
card-
the last wedding you went to?
I know what your question is gonna be, which is how much, right?
Yes,
Yes.
we want to get
So
to the brass tacks
here's
here.
the thing. It depends on my friendship with
Yeah,
the
of
bride
course.
groom.
Of course.
So on a wedding where I feel as though I was a bubble invite, like we kind of hope he says no.
Yeah.
Like you
Okay.
just made the cut. I'll give, if it's just me, I'll give $200.
Okay.
And if I have a date, I'll give
Double.
250, 300 maybe.
Okay.
For the two of us. But that's a good point because I won't get a +1 unless I'm like closer to the
Sure.
couple.
So what if it's like, let's say a cousin, right? A cousin that's like the invite is guaranteed. There's you're not on the bubble. It's
I think 300 is a pretty generous wedding gift.
for you and her, or just you.
Probably the two of us.
Solid.
Okay.
But if it's like if I'm in the wedding and it's a close friend, I've given 500 before, which is then it's like
That's a
you're
lot.
like this
That's
is
a chunk of change.
a big bite.
Yeah. Damn.
Not bad.
But because I don't want to be the friend that like, even if even if everyone else in that wedding party pays like 1,000 or something insane, 500, nobody's gonna look at you like, wow, you're an asshole. 500 is like a really good gift.
Sure. I also kind of look at it as like, if you're in the wedding party, it's like, I'm already sunken in for the fucking tux. I'm sunken in for the fucking...
Not him, he's owns it.
That's why you should buy a tux. My tux was less than $500.
He's my best friend. You think I'm going to wear a tux to his fucking wedding? I'm not buying a tux. Come on.
True. I feel like you guys are going to wear Billabong.
You got the invite, I'll tell you that.
Dude, there's not board shorts that fit him.
I got board shorts.
He's N1 mesh shorts all day, baby. Meet me at the Rucker.
I do got a pair of N1s. Rocking it out.
N4s? All right. You're a bigger guy.
All right, we got to get you out of here.
Yeah. I mean...
Come on.
Class.
Fun.
Kids class.
Yeah.
Kids
fun.
class all around, man,
Right?
for sure.
Class in the
Appreciate you
booth. What do
guys.
you boys say?
I'm stunned.
Ah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm stunned.
Fucking French, piano,
You know,
helicopters.
you read the resume, though, and you're ignoring some of the nitty-gritty, some of the intangibles. And I'm
Listen.
not arguing that I'm trash.
Sold cold Coke once. Okay.
I love
Get
it.
over it.
I love it. Here are my checks for class. Speak French. Plays classical piano.
Passport at 6.
Passport at 6. You've been in a helicopter.
Didn't know what hair cuttery was.
And you traffic cocaine. So that's all the boxes
That's
for
a
me.
plus in his book. Yeah, I mean, you've definitely. I'm not. It's also not a stamp of like, oh, you're, not. You are impeachable, like you said. But it's like you have behaviors that you've done trash. Nobody makes it. No one's the Teflon Don.
Right.
No one makes it 32 years without, dabbling in the dark arts.
I wonder if I should have. I mean, some of the relationship stuff maybe would have tipped the scales a little bit farther.
Yeah, that happens. Everybody's got,
Yeah.
you come from a lineage of good stock.
Yeah.
You had a good upbringing.
The
Not to
jawline,
say that
forget
you're a
about
fucking, you
Look at
definitely
the
got some
jawline.
skeleton.
Look at the jawline.
He's a good-looking guy.
What about
Making me blush.
did you have braces when you were a kid?
Only for a short, like 10 months. I was lucky.
Damn, those are just natural.
Well, I had a huge overbite, but then my teeth moved very quickly back into.
Even his teeth are good.
His teeth are classy.
Yeah.
You know what I want to ask you? How do you, in that environment when you were selling, how did you deal with the people coming in like late night looking for a second bag and all that kind of stuff? All tweaked out.
I mean, I didn't get that. That was the thing. I was selling to like a controlled group of people. I wasn't answering a beeper and then being like, "Meet me around the block. We're gonna do a little joy,"
Yeah.
But by the way, those guys always had really nice cars.
Oh, yeah. Coattail's always got nice
Always
cars.
like BMW 750s and like nice legroom.
It's the 10 to 8s, as I call them.
Yeah.
We got to wrap up. We got to get out.
Francis Ellis, ladies and gentlemen.
Buddy,
Francis,
thank you so much.
Appreciate you guys very much.
This was
a
so
lot
much
of
fun.
Is there anything you want the folks out there to know? Anything coming up?
I'll be in Indianapolis at Helium on November 19th to the 21st. You can get tickets for that at francisellis.com. Otherwise, check out our podcast, Oops. It's a lot of fun.
With former guest Giulio Gallerati.
One of our favorites.
That's right.
Yeah.
Kippy, what do you got?
Guys, at Kevin Ryan Comedy on all social media. Rate, review, subscribe on iTunes. Full video available on YouTube. Check us out. Thanks.
Yes, sir. We love you guys, and we will see you next week. Peace.